Good morning, Florida lacrosse fans. Tuesday morning coffee with Florida lacrosse news. Lee Roggenberg, your host. Relatively light night on the high school side yesterday. Same thing on the college side. A busier schedule coming up tonight as people and teams get back into their uh, after spring break period. Biggest game last night on the high school side was one that was broadcast live on the Brevard Sports Network, their Facebook feed. Holy Trinity with a 12-4 win over Cocoa Beach. That pretty much should lock up the district home field advantage for Holy Trinity. And the team is certainly continuing to make nice progress. Had a chance to correspond a little bit with Alan on the broadcast in the first half. Alan's coming a long way on the lacrosse side. He's getting the rules down and everything, and enjoyable broadcast there too. Melbourne 9-5 win over West Shore. Apopka 9-3 over Coe. Bishop Moore, Edgewater, Dr. Phillips, Flagler, Palm Coast, Milton, and Lake Island with easy wins last night. On the girls' side, St. Stephen's and St. Agnes, which is a national power, I believe, out of Virginia, is traveling our state this week. 15-9 win over Haggerty. Apopka 14-5 win over Dr. Phillips. Also last night, Cardinal Mooney, Vero Beach, Pensacola, Nice, Lake Nona, Satellite, and Celebration with easy wins. You know, those of you who turned in last night at 6 p.m. on Varsity Sports Network for the boys edition of Who's In, Who's Out, we apologize for the technical glitch about 15 minutes in. The servers, I believe, had an outage, and it snuck in a women's softball match. We apologize for it. And 6 p.m. tonight, we'll be running the whole show. And hopefully also the girls Who's In, Who's Out version will be ready shortly also. So tune in tonight, 6 p.m., Varsity Sports Network. And again, I apologize for the issue last night. On the college side last night, the Florida Tech women beat Montevallo 13-7. Jennifer Boyle with 4 goals in the win. The Weber men actually won a game by forfeit last night over Cleary. Not sure of the details for that. On tonight's college schedule, Florida Tech men are hosting Colorado Mesa. The Florida Southern men are hosting Frostburg. The Tampa men are hosting Flagler. And the Rollins women are hosting Colorado Mesa. I received a report media coverage submission. Josh Hughes of Tampa Catholic has been named to the Spectrum Sports Athlete of the Week. It was carried on Bay News 9 of Tampa. Congratulations, Josh. It noted that he is a Hampton commit, which when I looked back on our site, I noticed, Josh, you didn't do your submit commitment article. Please take a look at that. We'd love to have you put your article up and talking about your background and everything beyond what the article and the broadcast showed. And we'll link to the Bay 9 News article later today too. But Josh, get that submit commitment article in. Okay. Lake Highland Preps 2022, Kylie Kieran. Haverford commit. We'll get that article up today too. Congratulations to Kylie. Noted that Steinbrenner graduate Chase Jackson of Weber International, the men's side, is leading the nation in the NAIA with 68 points so far. I believe that's a little bit over 6 points per game. Chase, congratulations for that. Weber men have progressed very nicely. They're in the top 10 in the NAIA men's national poll. Keep up the good work, Chase. Also on the awards last week, the AAC, University of Florida, pretty much swept the board. Danielle Pavanelli, Attacker of the Week. Sarah Resnick, Defender of the Week. And Emma Lopinto, Freshman of the Week. And then Florida Southern swept the Sunshine State Conference Awards last week. On the men's side, Matt Flammenspeck, Offensive Player of the Week. Maxwell Freestone, the defensive player of the week, and Stoneman's Kevin Horowitz, the specialist player of the week. Congrats, all three. On the women's side, you had Haley Dalio as the offensive player of the week. And even though she kind of plays attack midfield, Lizzie Lynch was the Spanish Rivers. Lizzie Lynch was the defensive player of the week, basically because of all the course turnovers she accomplished on the ride. Thanks to her dad for letting me know that. Congratulations, Lizzie, on that, and all of you on the awards side. The polls that came out yesterday: Jacksonville men, Terry Foy's Inside Lacrosse poll had them at number 10. Inside Lacrosse Media poll 13, and USILA number 14. Inside Lacrosse's IWLCA women's poll. In Division 1, Florida 11, Jacksonville 23. On the Division 2 poll, Florida Southern 7, Rollins 9. Embry-Riddle continues their move up to 13. Tampa at 16. St. Leo, Lynn, and Florida Tech with getting votes. On the USILA, on the men's side, the D2, Tampa number 2, Rollins number 11, Florida Tech 13, Florida Southern 16, and St. Leo getting votes. Okay, busy day upcoming on the boys' side, and some of these key games that I've called out here, and very important again for these seedings and at-large bids. On the boys' side, Menendez at 3-2 is hosting St. Augustine at 6-4. Each trying to get into that bracket. Fleming Island at 5-4 hosts Providence at 6-2. 6-2 St. Stephen's is hosting Riverview Sarasota at 8-2. Lake Mary 9-2 looking to rebound hosts Haggerty at 6-2. 6-2 Steinbrenner hosting 9-1 Alonzo. Very important game for Alonzo. St. John Paul II, 5-5, hosting Benjamin at 7-3. Those of you who caught the tail end of the Varsity Sports Network broadcast know that St. John Paul, at least last week, at the 8th slot at large bid, looking to pretty much clinch that in, and a win over Benjamin might well do it. Benjamin looking for placing with St. Edward's when it comes to their bracket. We've got Calvary Christian Clearwater at 4-4, hosting Northside Christian at 6-1. Canterbury at 5-4 tonight is hosting Gulf Coast at 6-2. Kings Academy is hosting Palm Beach Central at 6-1. Kings is struggling this year. Palm Beach Central definitely needs a win in order to keep their position. Nice at 4-4 is hosting Ponte Vedra at 8-2. Nice local match up north. Community School at 5-3 is hosting Cardinal Mooney at 5-3. Flagler Palm Coast 6-1, hosting Creekside 8-2. Chance for Flagler to really show how much they truly have improved this year. Winter Park 7-1, hosts Bowes 9-1. That's probably the marquee matchup of the night. The Winter Park looking to cement their number one ranking this week in the 2A poll. St. Thomas at 6-3 hosts Columbus at 8-3. That's always been an interesting matchup. Boone at 6-3 hosting Timber Creek at 7-1. And again, very important game for the at-large bids potentially in this region 2. On the girls' side, St. Petersburg 5-3 hosts St. Petersburg Catholic at 5-2. North Broward Prep is hosting Cardinal Gibbons at 7-1. Kings Academy 9-2 hosts Pinecrest 8-2. Very interesting game to see how Kings Academy has improved throughout the year and see how they hang with Pinecrest. St. Edward's at 7-0 hosting Jensen Beach at 7-1. Very big game for Jensen Beach. Vero Beach is hosting St. Stephen's and St. Agnes. St. Stephen's Episcopal at 7-1. Hosts Riverview Sarasota at 7-3. Tohopeka 5-4 hosts Boone at 8-0. Manatee 5-3 is hosting Lakewood Ranch at 3-1. Gulf Coast 5-2 is hosting Naples at 6-1. Oviedo 8-0 is hosting Lake Mary at 6-4. Haggerty 5-5 is hosting Bishop Moore at 5-3. And East Ridge 4-1 on the season hosting Lake Brantley 5-4. As we've talked about before, these games are extraordinarily important when it comes to seedings, at-large bids, etc. Now, those of you know I sent a note up to Gainesville asking for clarification on questions. To be honest, they kind of referred me mostly over to Max Preps for their calculation. There is, without getting into a large detail, because it's not available on the site, this is what Max Preps has under its computer ranking link. Max Preps does not poll coaches, sports writers, or fans, nor does our staff make any judgments on the merits of any individual team. Prior season history, school size, and comments on message boards are not considered in the Max Preps computer rankings. The system utilizes the huge number of game results stored in the Max Preps database. Generally, the more a team wins, the higher the ranking. Let me read that again. Generally, the more a team wins, the higher the ranking. However, the system takes into account quality wins against other highly ranked opponents and strength of schedule. When you read that, I think this is going to, again, cause some consternation from those who were under the perception that strength of schedule was very important. So now going forward, there could very well be some thinking about coaches. Do I want to be so fully prepared for the playoffs, knowing that I'm probably going to get in anyhow? Or do I have to take care to make sure to get a couple of easier wins because maybe that one-loss record is more important? We don't know. For example, a team's ranking is hurt more by losing to a team that is ranked below them than a team ranked ahead. A bad loss is worse than a quality win. Let me say that again. According to their own words, a bad loss is worse than a quality win. Other factors that will affect the rankings are times when Max Preps has incomplete or inaccurate information. We will correct errors when they are reported to us. Coaches, I strongly suggest once you post, go take a quick look at the site and make sure that it didn't get reversed by accident. If we are missing a score, report it to us on the team's Max Preps page. If we are missing a game, send us a correction request. Now, I have seen games listed more than once on the schedule. Coaches, be smart. Go take a couple of minutes. Go look at your schedule. And if you see anything out of whack, fix it. Playoff wins are weighted higher than regular season games. District playoffs matter. If you're a number 2 seed in a district and you're like number 6 when it came to, say, the at-large calculation, a first-round loss might knock you out of the at-large consideration. Movement indicates the up or down movement within the ranks compared to our previously published rankings. Okay. Editorial time. FHSAA, Max Preps, when it comes to communicating to the coaches, probably going to have to do a better job over the summer before next year's schedules get locked in. You've got to really think through how much you can communicate over and beyond what you communicated this year. I cannot tell you how many times I've had discussions with coaches who have a perception of one thing and a reality of another. You have got to at least go into more detail about the issues about Strength of schedule versus one loss. It's not right to try to hide behind proprietary beliefs on that particular issue. Please, Max Preps, please, FHSAA, get together, see what you can do to increase a little bit more of letting out what these coaches are going to be scheduling to. We already know that in certain parts of the country, there are games that are locked in between teams that are really good and teams that are really bad. Whether it's the county requiring it or it's and even down my way, we have the Palm approach this year, where a couple of teams are fairly well below in the rankings, the teams that are towards the top. If the win over that team is beneficial, let us know. If playing that team is not beneficial because of the power ranking calculation, let us know. You can no longer hide behind proprietary comments if we have a team or two missing the playoffs this year because they didn't get clear communication about how to schedule. Okay. Big night out there. Go out to a game. Take a friend to a game. Hashtag #TAFTAG. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Encourage others to do so. Like the videos if you do. This is Lee Roggenberg, Florida Lacrosse News, saying so long from the Sunshine State.